Good morning everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Crystal. Good morning. I hope everybody is going to have a great day today. I'm here in my flat in Rochester. It is Wednesday morning, so it's Wednesday. Feeling a bit I don't know what to say, the word sluggish, sluggish, feel lazy like a sloth. So the recycle bin men woke me up. I'm glad actually, because I would have gone back to bed for about 2 or 3 hours. Yeah, the recycle bin men, the bin truck came down the road and my bedroom is underneath the bin store. So I got woken up, but that's good, I'm not complaining. Yeah, we had a man coughing like the guy upstairs and a dog barking afterwards as well. So I've got up, I'm about to make myself a cup of coffee. I always check my phone when I get up first thing in the morning, and at 3:34 someone had texted me hi on Facebook, 3:30 in the morning, hi, HI. So yeah, I've told you, well, I don't really want to do miserable videos, and this is not miserable because I'm just getting on with my life now, whatever happens. But I have been suffering from harassment, but it's not only gone on in this block of flats, it's gone on in my other block of flats. It's gone on basically after I left my ex-husband and moved down here from Gloucestershire, right? So it's gone on for quite a long time, and I was going through a diary dated 2017 last night, and this person that messages, how are you, HAWRU, not how are you, how are you. I had an ex-partner at my old address, and I think he may have got pissed off that I left him, and I left him, and it sounds like it could be him, but I don't know, because in 2017 I told him I didn't want to see him anymore, and this is where the how are you seems to have come from. So if I got this diary here, 2017, well, it's not there, I moved it, that's another one. I just keep diaries because I was told to keep diaries for domestic violence. And you go back to the diary and you see that it's not just happening here, it's happened at my previous address. See, when you break up with somebody, it depends whether they can take it or not. And if they're not mentally stable to accept rejection, then they start a campaign of stalking and terror on their victim. So when I go through my diaries and how when this guy I was going out with at my previous address treated me and whatnot, and other things right the way back to Gloucestershire as well, which I've got records of. It seems to me that someone's holding a grudge, and it's like just continued. So I was reading my diary from 2017. Some of it makes me laugh, but some of it's quite upsetting. You know, I've gone through really, really nasty things, and I think writing it down was a release, you know, to get that anger out without losing my temper on people. So, I'm just going to quickly recap what's gone on this morning and last night. So, the guy upstairs who I have had a bit of a to do with since 2020, when I moved into this property, he parked his car last night under the couple with the dachshund's dog. So he parked underneath their flat. When I came home in the taxi from my mum's address, the parking spaces underneath my flat were empty, completely empty, and he had parked his car outside their flat, the ones that are letting their dog bark at me. I came into my flat, I kept quiet, I put my things away, I did not go out to the shop. My mum had given me some money, but I didn't go out to the shop because I had enough to eat and everything inside my flat. I could hear him upstairs moving, but it wasn't loud. I told you I feel like I'm being stalked and harassed. So I just kept quiet. I uploaded a few videos. I took Max out for a walk. When I came back, the guy upstairs was coming out of the co-op on the opposite side of the road from me. He had a bag of shopping. He walked down the road. He talked to the old lady's husband, the one that found my cats. I just went, hello, and walked. They didn't have a conversation with each other. He walked into the flats. I crossed the road. 3 people were walking past the communal door, and one of them said, as I was walking into the flats, she's dead. She's dead. That is what happened yesterday evening. So I told you how I think the neighbours to the left of me are connected with him upstairs, and they are both involved in it. That's what I believe. I can't prove it, but I think they're both sets of neighbours are trying to drive me out of my home, which is not a nice feeling. So I'm indoors now. He's got up for work at 5:45. I have my living room window open. I could hear him getting into his car, and I could hear the engine driving off. That's when I went back to sleep. Then the recycle bin lorry came down the road about 7:30. I woke up. A man started coughing like him upstairs, and dogs started barking. I am not angry, I'm not cross, I am not going out anywhere today, because when I go round to my mum's and I eat a takeaway, I usually feel dizzy and disorientated, and I'm not going to get anything today, even though my mum gave me some money. My mum said some things to me round there that was upsetting. Again, she was talking about, well, I would imagine me dying. Me. She was making references to my father's abuse, making references to my dad's abuse, saying that it wasn't her fault. She didn't know till I was 34. and that's what she said to me. She acknowledged my dad was abusing me, but she said she didn't know till I told her on the phone when I was 34 years old. She was making references to, well, I'll tell you what happened. It's a really strange thing. I was sat round my mum's, and my mum went off to the loo, and the Alexa started playing music. My mother's Alexa started playing 60s music, and my mum has a mental health illness. The way her mind thinks is different to other people. So when a song comes on, she listens to the lyrics, but wrongly, because her brain is wired differently to the way you and I think. So when a song comes on and she thinks it's personal to her, she thinks the words in the song are personal to her, or they're like taking the piss or something. This is why sometimes I think the way I do, because don't forget that when I came down to Kent, I lived with my mother for a number of years, and the way her brain is wired is completely different to everybody else's. This is why I can be a bit paranoid as well. So this song started singing, and she looked at me with, oh my God, the face on my mother, as if I'd purposely put these songs on. And she went, I don't know what, it was 60s songs, Elvis songs started playing, and another one, and she took the song personally, as if I'd done it on purpose. And she looked at me with the most evil eyes, and she started saying, Ginestra, that's for you. You know, that's meant for you. Ginestra, you could have. I mean, it's upsetting, because I start to feel like, you know, I'm being threatened. Oh, you could have another 10, 20 years left, Ginestra. You know, this, that and the other, and I start to get like shaky and panicky, and luckily for me, that when she started going off, it was when I was due to go home. So when she was talking, oh, you could have another 10 years, you could. And I don't want to start thinking about that. I want to be in the present, in the now, in the moment. I don't want to think about tomorrow or 5 days later. So she kept going on about my birthday. She kept telling me how old I was, and it was making me feel depressed. So luckily for me, it was time to go, and the taxi was on its way. And did you know the door was wide open, and the neighbours were drilling next door, and she was talking about how my father abused me with the door wide open. And the neighbours could have been listening, and she was talking about how she abstained from sex when she withdrew sex from my dad when she found out that he had abused me. And that's all she did. She didn't report it to the police. She didn't do anything about it. She stopped having sex with my father when she found out he abused me. That's what she was saying, with the door wide open and the neighbours listening right next door. So, is that a connection with the guy upstairs coming down the road and people saying she's dead? Is he connected with my mother? Alexa, good morning.
Good morning, and a happy birthday to the fastest man on earth, Usain Bolt. He holds the world record in both the 100 and 200 meters, and has 8 Olympic gold medals to his name. I feel sorry for the person who has to catch him to give him his birthday cake.
Alexa, what's the time, please?
Good morning, Crystal. The time is 8:25 a.m.
Alexa, what's the weather outlook?
Right now in Rochester, it's 14 degrees Celsius with sun and haze. Today's forecast has lots of clouds, with a high of 21 degrees and a low of 14 degrees.
Alexa, can you tell me a joke?
How does Bob Marley like his donuts? We jammin'.
Alexa, whose birthday is it today?
Today's famous birthdays include Jamaican sprinter Usain Bolt, Russian-American computer scientist and internet entrepreneur Sergey Brin, British-Canadian actress Kim Cattrall, American actress, model, singer, and activist Hayden Panettiere, and American comedian, musician, and actor Bo Burnham.
Right, guys, so they're all up and ready this morning. This is what happens when you're targeted. You get up early in the morning, waiting. Right, I don't know where I put that diary because I can't prove it. I can't prove it. It's the diary as well, what I write. Some bright spark thinks it's funny to keep repeating the diary and making me go through hell, but nothing I can do about that. It'd be nice to have something nice happen. Blue water wasn't too bad on Friday, actually wasn't, even though I was bullied by a few girls, which could have made it unpleasant if I'd reacted to it. If someone thinks you're in danger or they think something nasty is going to happen to you, and it's happened to somebody else as well, they do cause diversions, but they should actually tell you if they think you're going to ingest something nasty or you're going to suffer some kind of mishap. Shouldn't someone tell you to your face rather than go, oh, it's fat and ugly, it's fat and ugly, it's fat and ugly. That's not going to stop me from eating something or going outside and getting knocked over by a car, is it? Why don't they just say, Crystal, don't eat that food. Don't go outside, something's going to happen to you. Why do stupid things? And I learnt that by watching somebody else's YouTube video, that they cause, if someone hadn't have done that, or if someone had told someone that, they wouldn't have got run over. So one wonders if they're being stupid and silly to stop something happening, but why don't they just say so? Well, last night I almost did get run over. The car wouldn't have done much damage though, because it was going really slowly. I was taking Max round the back of the flats last night, and this car round the corner, right at me. So again, my mum's words. You could have another 10 years, Ginestra. I almost got run over, come into the flats and someone says she's dead. And that makes you scared to leave your flat, doesn't it? It makes you scared to go outside. And that's a form of manipulation and control, controlling someone. I'm not anybody's property. I don't belong to anybody. But that is manipulation and control, frightening somebody so they don't go outside their flat. Yes, it's got worse since that Sean character started FaceTiming me, Crystal. He wasn't FaceTiming with the guy upstairs, was he? Even though he had geezer on his t-shirt, he was actually interacting with a woman. And you don't ask a man to show his breasts, do you? And his pussy, do you? Well, I just find it funny that the guy upstairs was dressed like me yesterday and walking, you know, wiggling his bottom and trying to make conversations with men. Whether he was trying to make me cross by imitating me, I haven't got a clue. I think the neighbours are trying to make me deliberately cross for some reason. By copying me. I told you I went out on the balcony when that dog barked at me on Sunday next door. I was distressed, so I rang my mum up on the phone on the balcony, and out the next door neighbour comes copying me with her phone, looking at me on the opposite balcony. So there you go. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end this video here, and I just have to tape everything, because you know, a cat in the co-op, a full-blown cat. And you know what happens when people have got allergies, don't you? They can die. They can get asphyxiation and die, anaphylactic shock, and drop dead. So they're taking pets into the co-op. See you later.